Cigarette packages and crumpled papers land unerringly in the wastebasket, as a Zen master can hit the target with his arrow in the dark. DE simply means doing whatever you do in the easiest, most relaxed way you can manage, which is also the quickest and most efficient way, as you will find as you advance in DE.
Do easy. How fast can you take your time? William Burroughs came up with this. People often ask me things like, how did you learn this or that? Anything I've learned is as simple as doing it a lot. But I think there's more to that, of course.
Ready to rock? All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Winchester traffic, Skunk 51871, departing runway 36, will be a departure to the north straight out, Winchester.
We'll get to about 60 knots, 55 or 60 knots, and then rotate. Use all the available runway. Final's clear. This is runway 36. That matches up with my DG and everything else. We are ready to go. Full power. Gauges are in the green. Airspeed is alive. A little bit of back pressure. 45 knots. 55. And we're off.
It's about biting off small, achievable pieces with no judgment or requirements around them, and through time, with mindfulness towards the minutia, awareness of the smallest movements or actions, and the attack, your posture, the softness, the flow, the grace, you'll arrive at something. During the pandemic, I got a new camera, and I got a new music performance sampler or sequencer device called the Octatrack. I had a lot to learn and wanted to get started, so I decided to make a video with accompanying music made only with these tools every single day, and did this for months. No plan, no desired outcome. Just learn the tools so I could be smooth and deliberate with them and make them eventually do what I want to make what I really want to make. I would just go out, no direction, just near my house and film anything, whatever, it didn't matter. Old buildings, car washes, whatever, just anything. Then I would bring the footage back, sit down, and make a piece of music to go along with it. I would put them together with no expectation as quickly as I could and be done in a couple of hours from the time of setting out to shoot to the final edit. I would post the videos daily with no purpose other than just to do it, like a abstract journal. The more I did this, the more adept I got with these tools. The camera came more naturally to me, and so did the Octatrack, this music device. During that time, the winter of 2020, I was at home like all of us. During the long, dark winter, nothing certain about what was going on or about the future. I just found myself longing to be in motion, to be outside, just to feel a breeze in the sun while I moved through any kind of space or changing scenery, anything but my desk. I made a soundtrack for adventuring, sort of a soundtrack in my mind to these imaginary scenes that I would depict. Some idealized tapestry. I just wanted to be outside. I wanted to feel the sun. I wanted to travel to places of no special importance, just even empty places that nobody cares about, anywhere. By the time I started learning to fly, which wasn't long after this, I was ready to also film. I had 2 EPs of music ready to go that I had released that matched my feelings and my desire to get outside, to move through space, and finally had that feeling I've imagined through the dark winter. Through repetition and doing without caring so much about the outcome or the audience, I arrived at a new place that would take me to new places. To see how the aspirational sounds in my head would superimpose onto the reality of my learning to fly, especially, was powerful to me to see, even though no one really knew that backstory until now. As I continue to learn and improve on the camera, with the music, with my flying, and using those tools to creatively express and live without fear or apprehension, I now take on the continuous burden of repetition to stay sharp, to refine, to tune. And the coalescing of these endeavors has led me to some of the highest moments in my life, and am now looking to find those finer details in my flow, to tune my control inputs, my feel, my landings. I strive for do easy.
Short order cooking is a real, it's a real thing, and I could handle any kind of rush and stuff. It did kind of influence my work in a way. Well, first of all, it's like anything but this. It's like, I don't want to do this the rest of my fucking life, so I better get on the stick with the art. But other than that, this is just the rhythm and the dance of it, and the organization of it, and the systematic thing of it, and being proud of your skills of being able to flip these eggs and keep everything pretty. And I took a lot of pride in my work. I always plated it perfectly, and I was very prideful of my work, even though I hated it. I recently read this thing about William Burroughs, where one of his concepts was do easy, DE, where everything, live your life with precision and grace, and jujitsu kind of take the energy from something and transfer it, but do everything with precision. Put the pencil down just so. When you're making coffee in the morning, do your steps just so. Don't stumble around and drop and break. So it reminded me of short ordering was very DE. Do easy. Mm-hmm. Keep everything down to the most elegant pattern. Get your shit together. No extra moves. It's the attack, and that's the way a drawing or painting is. And it's important to have the attack. It should show confidence, and it should show elegance, and there shouldn't be anything that shouldn't be there. So it's all kind of tied together in a way.
So I try to keep in mind that while someone like Wayne White might be an absolute legend in his art and in his animation and puppetry and everything that he's done, he still sees value in his time as a short order cook. He tries to make nice, to do easy, to flow. And all of that comes from fearlessness and taking pride in the details as you take on more. I will continue to try to find that grace in movement, that purposeful, mindful touch, and not let the stumbles and fumbles along the way keep me from realizing that. You don't have to know where it's all going, or even why you are doing anything that you feel compelled to do. It's all an expression of you. It's hard to do things right, but to do them right, you must first figure out how to do them easy. Do easy.
There's definitely stuff going on that flight, like with the transponder and all that. Right. Definitely took some concentration, and that landing definitely took some concentration. Did you feel how hard I was concentrating?
Uh-huh. But my answer was to also just concentrate on something.
All right. Right. If he's concentrating, I should be concentrating.
Yeah, because I don't want to be thinking about any of the stuff you're maybe thinking about. Helps.
I mean,